Oh, right. Welcome back, everybody. We've got another episode of the Florencio Files here. He's playing Zerg. He's in the top right of the map. And it's a matchup which many don't enjoy as much. But when I see Florencio in this matchup, I love it because he can do some nasty things in Zerg vs. Zerg. He's up against Mike in the bottom left side. And yeah, this is a matchup where because of the nature of creep, okay, yep, I was going to say, I'm hoping something like this happens. He's going to use that gas, stack these 3 drones up, cancels the gas geyser. He was just using it to stack these, clone them up. If you look closely, you can tell it is not one drone, but if you don't pay close attention, just look at your mini-map, right? As Mike, what are you going to see? Oh yeah, it's just a little red dot coming across the map. That's all, nothing crazy here. And in fact, isn't even going to really spot it with that Overlord as it comes through too late. Now, the thing is, because there's creep, you can actually build like Evo chambers and spines and all sorts of stuff, which you can't do against Protoss and Terran unless you build a hatchery first to get some creep spread. So it gives some creative options, and it looks like, oh, he sends 1 into harass, 2 split off. Okay, very cute, very cute. He's going to try and do a double spine rush up here on the edge. Now, for those who don't know, that's out of vision, but there's a problem. He builds an Overlord, which he normally does. Oh, and an Evo chamber down here. Okay, I like the Evo chamber. That's really good. You know, the downside is that wall's off the right side of the mineral line. So that means if Mike rallies to the natural, which he does now, this drone, does it rally around the top or the bottom? It rallies around the top, and that means it goes in vision of the spine. Oh no, Florencio with a mistake here. By building the Evo chamber there, he's accidentally made Mike get vision of this just 10-15 seconds before it finishes. And that's enough time for Mike to shut this down. 1 drone cancels, does manage to get out of there. Oh, he cancels, gets an Evo in the mineral line. The other drone trying to get away, but I don't think it's long for this world. It does go down. He canceled this Evo and built a spine for some reason. I don't think that makes sense. I think that should have been an Evo. If he had 2 Evo chambers here, look at how much that blocks the mining. And Evo chambers have 750 life, which is crazy. That spine crawler gets canceled. Florencio's trying to build... What? 2 more spines on the natural and Ling's rallying in. And he's trying to go for another Evo in the main, but that drone did go down. Back here on the natural, all he needs to do is... He's got to fight! You got to fight, Mike! If Mike surrounds those, he can win this fight, but he's got to split up and fight the spine crawlers. Florencio right now is trying to distract him from dealing with the spine crawlers. His Lings are massively outnumbered, but if he can distract Mike's units, you see, they don't think these are a threat until they finish building. But at that point, they're a massive threat. Mike needs to split his units up, but he's fumbling on the micro. The panic is setting in. Mike needs to take out these spines before they finish. One of them's going to finish. The other one does get cancelled at the last second, but Mike now seeing a finished spine crawler with its 2 armor now up compared to 0 when it's building. Oh, and the Ling's holding that choke point. This spine is slaughtering Mike right now. Mike does a nice little mineral walk to get us around, but he's taken so much damage. I was going to say he should be way behind, but actually this was such a commitment from Florencio. Even though he's killed a bunch of drones, only 5 have gone down. Florencio's only on 10 workers. He needs more damage. He comes in with these Lings, and this plus the spine crawler finishing could be big. Mike was frozen on his production. The panic really setting in. I think the Queen, he probably tried to A-move it to the natural, but it was just sitting there attacking the Evo chamber. He was probably like, where's my Queen? Why didn't she come down here? And then you realize later on what's happened, that she was attacking the Evo chamber. This is why building an Evo in a Zerg's base, it's something they're not used to dealing with, and it really throws them off their rhythm. Now, you can't lose this hatchery, I don't think, as Mike. I think as Mike, you got to send the Queen in first and try to fight these Lings, and then send the Lings in after the Queen starts tanking. But Florencio being very patient, forcing a lot more Lings out, and he's finally starting a hatchery and more drones behind it. He's going to try and do a Ling run by unable to get up that ramp. Mike has so many Lings out. This should be an easy engage for Mike now, but let's see how... Oh, look at the way Florencio pulls back to that choke point in between the minerals, and it looks like that spine is going to take out a few more Lings, but it will go down, and Mike is finally in the clear. 5 more drones in production. And you know what? Mike's in the lead. 4 workers up. You've got a Queen. You're injecting both hatcheries. Florencio's Queen only just started. He's miles behind. He's going to maybe get ahead on the gas mining if Mike doesn't put back on gas. But that's huge. Now, if you kill the Evo chamber, remember Broodlings pop out as well. And Florencio's quick. You can shift click and kill 2 or 3 drones with those. So you've got to be very cautious of clearing up the Evo chamber. I guess he's got enough Lings. He'll probably be able to deal with the Broodlings pretty quickly. Spine crawler does build for... okay, for Mike behind this. Mike's up 5 workers, but hitting a bit of a supply block on 27. And we can see Florencio not focus firing with the Broodlings. Unfortunate. Something where, of course, the opponent picks when that dies, not you. So Florencio is probably just a bit busy looking at home. He starts his Ling speed. He's still down 4 workers, about to be about 12 workers. Man, he's just so massively behind. Florencio is way behind after this crazy early game. And you know what, guys? If those 2 spines finished up there, I think he wins this game. But the Evo chamber, and I'm sure there's let me know your theories. I'm sure there's already people posting theories. No. He wanted him to see the spine crawlers. I don't think that makes sense, but please explain. Anyone who has a theory on that. I think it was a mistake. I think he was just trying to annoy him, distract him, keep his vision down here. And it would have been better if he just built the Evo like off center or something, but wasn't expecting it to push drones towards the spine crawler. The rare kind of mistake there. Now, looks like Evo chambers are going up for Mike, but for some reason Mike's not walling off. Could just build these Evos up front and wall off, but instead is just building randomly placed Evos that kind of slow movement down, but don't do much else. Mike has double the worker count. If Mike can just mass units that fight, should be good here. But Florencio is the one who's massing Lings. He's going to look for some damage. A Baneling Nest going down for Mike as well, not walling off with this. Why build so many structures to not wall off, Mike? Mike's got some Lings, 2 spines, is building 2 more queens. All of that's going to be good to help defend. Florencio is going to have 36 Zerglings in a moment when these 14 pop. And as Ling speed starts finishing, there we go, he's going to go for it. He needs to do damage. Florencio is so behind in this game. He's at half the worker count. If a Baneling Nest comes up, if Banelings get in there, anything like that, he's screwed. The problem for Mike is he hasn't walled off his ramp. He needs to get his Lings and his Queen guarding his ramp. As long as he guards the ramp, that's going to force Flo to fight the Spine Crawlers, which are amazing versus Zerglings. Oh, and he doesn't guard his ramp at all. Mike didn't have an Overlord outside the base. Mike with the opposite of what you're meant to do with Overlord vision in the ZVZ matchup. He had Overlords watching everywhere except the direct attack path. Oh, no. Mike, what an absolute travesty. And he doesn't mineral walk the drones. He could have got most of those out of there. Oh, no. Mike, what have you done? You were so far ahead. He even scouted with Zerglings and saw that Florencio had no workers on his natural but didn't react. Mike's in big trouble now. Florencio should definitely stay in the main and kill the hatchery. No reason to fight down there. But Florencio's not droning behind it. He's still only on 15 workers. Even if he gets a hatchery advantage, that's not necessarily game over. But oh, Mike goes up here and fights before the Banelings are ready. A big mistake for him. Mike's Banelings need to get up that ramp and blow up those Zerglings. If they do that, gets one decent Baneling, a second decent Baneling. See what Florencio can do with these Lings. Just trying to bait these Banelings out 1 or 2 at a time. The hatchery survives. Mike's rebuilding the spawning pool and more drones behind this. I think this is completely recoverable because Florencio did not macro at all. He has no tech, only 1 queen. He's now building 7 drones, but I guess he's got a lot of money though. The money in the bank is actually a massive advantage. If Florencio is still at map control with his Zerglings, if he can just build a few hatcheries, take a few bases, he'll be good. He's going to take a second gas right now. He's going to try and build a second queen. He's injecting both hatcheries, which is really good usage of that single queen. Spine Crawler on the defense could help, and Mike's vision is still appallingly bad. For some reason, he's got Overlords on the pillars in a matchup where the opponent has no anti-air. Fundamentals of StarCraft, guys. I've talked about this over the years, and sometimes pros mess this up where I am absolutely vicious when they do. The most important Overlord in ZVZ is outside their base. Or if you want, you can have 1 there, 1 there. Because if you don't see when your opponent floods Lings across, you're going to have a bad time. Oh, Mike's Queen's caught out of the open. Off group where they can't transfuse. The Ling's getting surrounded as well, but there are Banelings there. Oh, I think... come on, Mike, go for it. See if you can catch Florencio not looking. I'd love to see him blow those Lings up. That'd be a slick move. Florencio is still not spending that giant bank that he had built up. He's still not building hatcheries. Florencio, you've got so much money. Okay, he's going to go for a corner base, apparently, because, you know, Florencio. He's up like 9 workers, which is pretty good, but definitely chances for Mike to come back. Throwing those 2 queens away, though, severely hampering the production. And looks like he's going to have to rebuild those from scratch. Mike going to think about taking a fight, realize, nope, not a good idea. Maybe send the Lings across for a bit of a run by. I'd love to see this Baneling just walk over there and get a big boomy. Come on, Baneling. Get that boomy. I'm cheering for Mike here, just because he is quite far behind economically, but Florencio is so slow to move into any future tech, right? He's putting on gas, but... still, he's supply blocked on 52, struggling to spend the money, and look at that. Lings actually find the bottom right base. A few more Banelings are morphing up here on the front. Looks like Mike might try to run those in, but with a spine and 2 queens, there's no way they get any damage done. Lair and a Roachhorn go down right now for Flo. Flo is still up about 8 workers. This Baneling's looking for the big juicy, but all the Lings have moved location over to the left side of the map, so... seeing 2 Lings, of course, for those who don't know, it takes at least 3 Zergling kills for a Baneling to break even. And getting just 1, not optimal. Melee is on the way now for Mike. Mike is trying to drone up and recover here. Has ended up building a wall on the right side, but it's still wide open on the left, so a bit of an awkward one for sure. And it's going to go and deny that bottom right base. Not a bad move. The Lings might come and try and defend, but I think Mike actually has a few more Lings. Banelings coming in, that'll be advantage. Florencio's going to try and do a backstep, but the Banelings The Baneling's waited, and he gets a good hit. Mike with the plays. Blows that bad boy up. Takes out the hatchery in the corner. That's some good moves. Now, if Mike can just take a 3rd and 4th base right now, I think he'll be really good. I think he killed one of his own units there. I'm not quite sure. Florencio is going to go for a Roach Horn and a Baneling Nest. Still no Roach Speed, though. Still no Spire. I mean, Florencio's tech doesn't make a lot of sense right now. He's making Roaches, but no 3rd base, no extra hatcheries, no Spire, no Nidus Worm. He's building Spines right now, which is super unnecessary. Mike is going to try to run in with Lings. Definitely needs to back away from that fight. But it seems like Mike has frozen up strategically, has no idea what to do from here. The lair finally going up. Where's the 3rd and 4th base? And it feels like we're getting down. Okay, so Flo's going to go Spire now. It's just so low level. I love Flo's early game ZVZ, and past his early game Zerg shenanigans, it's kind of funny just like how slow everything is. Like, he's messed up his opponent so badly, but I think he's always looking to surprise them with a tech switch. And when this is kind of the thing you see like when Haas is playing sometimes. So Haas is a legitimately very high level pro gamer, but when he's ahead in the game, sometimes he looks a little bit lost because he's always looking for like the big gamble. And it's like, dude, you're ahead on everything. You don't need to gamble. Just build stuff and you'll be ahead in every area. And that's really unnatural for a cheesy player, right? A Florencio, a guy who's a mastermind of special tactics, he's all like, no. I want to find the cheeky play that counters your play. It's like your opponent doesn't even have a play. They don't have a strategy, really. I mean, I guess we could call Mass Plus on melee Zerglings. Actually, he's got Carapace as well, so it's 1-1 Zerglings. But Roach Bane will destroy that. These Lings are going to have to go for the backstab. There are a bunch of Spines, though. And with more units popping out, we'll be able to handle that. Back at home, Mass Spinecrawler trying to go down for Mike. He's going to need a lot more Spines than that to defend this Roach Bane. But Florencio is dilly-dallying, going for the 3rd base. The Lings are going to run in. If he can click the Spire before Mutas get built, that would be huge. Click the Spire, and also should be moving in to surround the Spinecrawler. Queens are going to come back. They're going to get surrounded as well. Oh, this is pretty darn good of a fight. 3rd base will go down. Roaches and Banes moving in towards the natural. If those Banes could impact on the Banes of Flo, then I think Mike might be in a good position. It feels like Flo has taken a little bit long to do this. His Spire will go down, but only after 3 Mutalisks have already built. Banelings go down. Good Baneling boomies. And, oh, the Spines are damaged, but the Lings can now get a decent fight. Unfortunately, he walks right past. Oh, and he goes for the force field on the ramp. I don't know if it's even that impactful, but I love that Florencio is looking for the clever play. For those who don't know, Ravager Cocoons, lower attack priority, and they have 5 armor, and they are able to heal themselves back up to full life while blocking Lings from getting back. And at this point, more and more Roaches are going to come in, and that's going to be the stylish way to finish off this game. The layers of Spines and Lings coming in the early game, really throwing a spanner in the works for Mike. Mike actually weathered the storm. You know what? Weathering the storm doesn't matter if your adrenaline has shot up so high that you're panicking in the follow-up and you just leave your ramp wide open multiple times for the opponent to run up. And that's why if you're going to wall off, you wall off the front of the base. And if not, and you've got those recessed Spines, you've got to keep those Queens on the ramp against the Ling Flood. Flo having a party at his opponent's expense. GG, well played. All right, let's go into another game. We've got Florencio on his Flotor's barcode in the right side of the map, playing Terran up against Snake von Pess. Not Press Pess. Snake von Pess. Snake von... Okay, this has got to be a reference to something. I'm guessing an anime, maybe? Snake von Pess? I don't know. Don't know what that means. Von... Kind of like... Wasn't that like Dutch for like Lord back in the day or something? I don't know. Or is that Van, right? I don't even know. Maybe it was the German one was Von? Von Clausewitz? Yeah. Ooh, Engineering Bay block to start things off for Florencio. All right, guys. Looks like we've got Sergeant Drillbit over here. He's going to come in. Is it really Sergeant? More like Foreman. Foreman Drillbit, we're going to call him. He says, oh, the boys never get the job done in a high danger work environment like this. Job falls to me. Goes to the eBay block. That delayed his barracks. So that's like a very early Engineering Bay block. But already forcing the Zerg to take a third out there is pretty darn effective. And it looks like he's going to pull back and maybe do a proxy down here. What do you got planned, mate? Florencio? Or maybe he corner expands here and expects the Zerg never to scout it. That actually could work. Oh, Florencio. We will find out, no doubt. He's got gas mining, building lots of SCVs and the barracks. And his opponent, of course, is going to just be moving the Overlord around, rallying drones down. Looks like he wants to take a third. Oh, he's going to check for proxies. Snake von Pess is like, oh, yep, you're a dirty player. And actually, I think he queued all the way down here, but he just changed that command. Oh, he's going to go check it. I think he might catch it. That's a command. It is a command center in the corner. I don't know if the drone has long enough sight range. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, you're kidding me! You're kidding me! It's right on the... Oh, Snack Von Pest so unlucky there. Obviously was looking more for like barracks and stuff like that. Doesn't find it and decides to just go on back here. But Snack Von Pest a little slow to start like queens and zerglings and stuff while distracted here. Fallings do start up. Should be 2 queens starting up in a second when this hatchery finishes as well. But the supply block from that hatchery being late is rather impactful. 1 queen starts. Another queen finally starts. So does a drone. Reaper's going to come across the map for a little bit of harassment. Florencio's going for a factory. A factory and a corner base. You know what's funny is you can expand here and get a free expansion. But he's like, no, the corner base, because then they can't scout it. And fair enough, that does make sense. Ling speed's on the way. Reaper's going to come in. Can he grab a drone? I think he could get that drone real easy. But he's going to go for the main base. Florencio likes to jump up the ledge instead. I don't know if he cancelled that engineering bay. It looks like he did. He's only lost 31 resources. He's going to go for the main base. Oh, he goes after a really deep drone there. Florencio's micro there, focusing, remember, distributing damage across many targets rather than hitting the one. He goes to the bang ledge. He's going to hang out on the bang ledge. Now, Snack Von Pest can just move the Lings over to spot that, and the Queen will deal with it. Yeah, Snack Von figures it out. Florencio's fancy trick not quite working out. He's going to try and run. Ah, the Queen takes him out, and getting a little bit too tricky, a bit too spicy for his own good there. He's going to go Hellion production and a second factory, but no, he cancels it. There's Planetary going up in the corner of the map as well. We're going to go Starport instead, perhaps. Florencio, what are you up to, buddy? Oh, a third command center. He wants to play big economy. Okay, so I think because he saw the engineering bay get taken out, he's like, oh, this player's going to macro pretty hard. I want to match that macro. So Florencio is actually going to supercharge his economy in this game. Snack Von Pest saw no base in the back. Saw the barracks. Hasn't actually scouted the one base illusion that Florencio is trying to give off. So let's go to Snack's vision. When Snack runs in with these Lings, it's going to be like, whoa, why don't you have an expansion? And very well might freak out. So Snack is just spreading some creep here. He's going to move to the front. Lings poke in. And okay, immediately alarm bells have to ring. The Ling's like, wait, what? Sees this very late command center in a single alien. Immediately, I'd be thinking battle cruisers, something spicy's happening. Because why is the command center that late? What's going on? The Lings are going to just all get toasted, by the way, at that ramp. Hellions say, no, naughty boys. And they do barbecue those Zerglings. They're going to have some roasted Ling wings for dinner later tonight. Bit of barbecue sauce on that. Tastes absolutely smashing. SCV's building at the Planetary. Spores are going to go down at each base. And now double Evo chamber. But Snack Von Pest, you're going to notice the economy is not that high. Only 31 drones versus 28. And Snack Von, thinking the opponent's on one base with a late command center, may be incentivized to actually even think of doing even more safety, spine crawlers, spores, more queens, and not drone as hard as they really should. Is still holding the drone key down decently though, and that makes me worry a little bit for Flo, as a Zerg that knows how to hold the drone key down really well, it's usually got a good chance to overwhelm him. Flo's going for double factory, but he's got a 4th command center on the way already. This is bizarre. I don't know what Florencio is really doing other than sitting back and building economy in a sneaky manner. I feel like he needs some sort of curveball, something to harass and damage the Zerg player. And he's going to go Magfield. So it looks like Hellion Cyclone seems to be what he's focusing on. But a Roach Warren's already on the way. Snack Von Pest will be very prepared against mech styles. 49 workers for the Zerg. If the Zerg can get up a 4th base, that's like really where you can match mech in the economy in the long game. Scan goes down, sees the Evos, the Roach Warren, the 3rd base full of gases. Florencio is looking at what his opponent's going. So he sees lots of ground tech and slow layer. He doesn't know when that layer is going to finish, but he knows it's not done yet. His answer to this is to go building armor. He's like, guys, Planetary Fortresses only have 3 armor. I want to make it 5. Okay, I think he's just like, if it's mass ground, there's a good chance they try to swarm my Planetary. So get building armor, make sure we can withstand that. The Planetaries get good trades. He's going to try and go for a little 5 Hellion wave of pressure and trying to mine out these minerals at the same time. More and more factories on the way. I mean, if you get like tanks, would be the best versus mass ground, at least for surviving. It's just very hard to attack with those siege tanks. Hellion's getting pushed back here, not really able to do too much. He's going to use the Queen there to kill the creep tumor, using the splash damage. Very nice, even though he couldn't see it. 1-1 upgrades melee and range. This is perfect for anti-mech play from Snack Von. I don't know how Snack Von knew they were playing against mech. Maybe they just do this every game. Against bio, you really want the armor upgrades, but against mech, it's nowhere near as important as just doing more damage yourself. It's an arms race to wipe the opponent's army as quickly as possible. Florencio does have 10 workers on the bottom left. If he queues up some more workers there, that'd be great. He's going to do that. Some gases there would also be fantastic. as he does go up to 4 gases now. And he's up to 4 factories, 4 SCVs building a time. Still hasn't moved this one over. It's 7 minutes and he's at 51 supply. Snack Von Pest is at 55 drones, which is not that much, but with Roach Speed, 1-1 upgrades, and a massive Ravages making. If Snack Von builds another 10 Ravages, maybe a bunch more Roaches, could bust the Planetary, because there's just no support. 3 Hellions, even with building armor and repair, I mean, Snack Von could overwhelm this base, but Snack Von has no idea what they're going into. Up to 55 drones on a 4th base, mostly minerals, very little gas mining. That's the one weak point. These Ravages aren't really replaceable units. Melee and range is going to finish, and Snack Von wants to look for this 1-1 timing. This is not enough units to take a Planetary, though. Snack Von, oh no, especially not with building armor, but even without building armor, this Planetary, there's no way you're going to kill this with these units. The classic mistake everyone makes versus Florencio of attacking with a couple of Roaches, Ravages, and Zerglings. A terrible call. Gets a few SCVs. Actually, doesn't even kill a single SCV. Loses 32 Zerglings for a bit of repair damage and a few Hellions, and that's it. More Ravages and Morphing, which can cause trouble. The trick is you want to rapid fire cast those Corrosive Biles all along the edge, so it kills the repairing SCVs or stops them from repairing and hits the Planetary as well. But I still wouldn't go in with this number of units. I'd probably be waiting for more, but since there's no tanks or Banshees, maybe it can work. Dropping the Biles right in the center. That's not where you need to drop the Biles. Florencio's going to come in for the mass repair. His SCV's derping a little bit. He misclicked. Cyclones do come forward, take out a few of these Ravages. That's so many Roaches and Ravages. But he's not stopping the repair. He's not stopping the repair. There's a lot of Zerg. If those Lings actually help attacking instead of just derping out, this might work. Snackvon tries to stop the SCVs, but Florencio is dodging the Biles. Snackvon does start doing some good Biles. Oh, but so many Roaches and Ravages have fallen. No! Okay, finally manages to take out the Planetary. Florencio, it's 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes in, and he's still only built 2 Cyclones and 5 Hellions this whole game. Florencio's growth has been so geriatric, and this Zerg player is just going to smash the door down and kick his ass now, especially if there's a rally of Zerglings. It looks like the Zerg has floated a lot of money, though. Hasn't been building hatcheries or injecting during this, trying to bile down those. A few more Cyclones come out. The SCVs forced in the fight. Losing these SCVs would be horrendous. Needs to get more Zerglings in here. It's all about getting more Lings in. Nice Biles trying to land, but oh man, these Cyclones barely surviving. He can wall off, he'll be good. He's got to get that wall off. Florencio, quick on the wall off. If he raises that, repairs that depot as well, start sieging some tanks he can defend. Snackvon Pest is in a 1-track mine. For those who don't know, a Zerg player, up to about, I'd say Diamond 1, maybe Masters 3, if a Zerg player gets damage done, they basically, it's like an angry goat. They're just going to keep headbutting. There's nothing they can do. You cannot fight the Zerg instinct. Even seeing tank fire, I think Snackvon's still going to headbutt up there. The tanks are too close. The tanks are too close. Oh no, Florencio placing his tanks so poorly. Gets them both sniped by Bile. Oh no, Florencio should have had those tanks further back where they were safer until the wall goes down at the very least. Now it looks like he might just be dead. The Zerglings are going to go in there. The Cyclones running away. These Ravages on top. He's already lost so many SCVs. He's going to lose even more. The Ravages are not being microed forwards. He's going to try and take out some of the tech labs. But all the Lings are now gone. The Ravages aren't really there. Still building more Zerglings. Starting a +2 melee upgrade behind it. Snackvon Pest is at 4k minerals. And there's an empty, a full mineral line on the left that could be easily taken care of. Still, the Lings could get us around. Cyclones suck versus Zerglings. Barracks, if it goes down, would be an issue because he can't build more factories. But other than that, more important to just get on top and surround and win the game. Not that many Zerglings. It's a trickle rather than a flood. Half the Zerglings stopping on the ramp. Oh, no. Oh, bad micro from Snackvon Pest. Florencio is in survival mode right now. These Cyclones. Oh, nice micro. He gets to the choke point. They'll still die there. But at least they take out a few extra Zerglings and good pullback again. But, oh, he does get surrounded a little on the right side. The other Cyclones coming in. The Lings are starting to fall here. And it looks like he's managed to hold on finally. Florencio took devastating damage though. And for all intents and purposes, you'd think he's dead here. He lost a command center. He lost about 33 SCVs in fact. His opponent's still rallying Wings across the map. All Snackvon Pest needs to do is queue some injects, take some hatcheries, and explode into the next stage. But remember, when the blood runs to the wrong brain, the wrong head, things do get a bit hard on that decision-making front. Another Cyclone gets surrounded, but the Hellions are here. And these trades are going to get worse and worse. Now that there's 4 Hellions being built at a time, there's a ball of battle mech. The Lings aren't going to do too well, especially if Florencio micros those Hellions a little bit better. He's letting them get exposed at the front. You want the Cyclones to do the tanking, the Hellions to sit behind them preferably. But it doesn't matter. These fights are getting worse and worse. The Zerg player is now going to go 11 Hydras. Snack is going Hydras. You definitely don't need anything other than Roaches and Ravagers here against this army. Hydras aren't bad, but for some reason he's building a second Hydra Den rather than upgrading on the first one. I think he plans to go Lurkers, I'm not quite sure. More drones are coming in, still 4,500 minerals and no hatcheries building. This is a problem I see right up into the very top of Platinum. Occasionally you see a Diamond League player in a crazy game like this also make the same mistake. It's like, come on, man, build hatcheries. But Florencio is not going to give him the time to gather his thoughts. He says, okay, my opponent's adrenaline's pumping. Let's keep it going that way. Clear up the creep, clear up some overlords. Can't really attack into the Hydras. He's just going to keep a bit of pressure on. Meanwhile, that base in the bottom left, mining gas. This is the saving grace of Florencio. It's kind of the heart of his economy here, really. And he's going to start picking off units with this Hellion Cyclone. The Hydras, for some reason, they don't have double upgrades going, despite going for the double Hydra Den. No Carapace upgrades coming in either, but of course no regular upgrades for Florencio either as he retakes this base. He's not been building SCVs. He's also not put back on gas on his natural or his main base. Florencio's macro is in complete shambles. He's trying to send SCVs out to build more command centers along the bottom sneakily, but he's not resetting these workers. He just put workers on gas in the main. He's got to do it on the natural as well. But he's not doing it. This is two players who have forgotten what macro means. They right now say, I know one speed, one gear, and that is YOLO Jenkins. And it's like, you have 4,500 minerals, please. When was the last time you injected? Well, you did one inject there and no injects any. Oh, okay, one inject there, but no injects anywhere else. Aspire's gonna go down. Spend your money, please. Looks like the Hydra Den upgrades are coming in. Groove Spines will finish in a moment, and Muscular Organs will start after that. Mass Hydra should get the job done, but right now this is a handful of Zerglings and Hydras. It's not a big army. Snack Von Press has tons of money, but has spent it all on drones in the last minute. He's going to attack a few Zerglings at a time. Snack, oh my god, put it back in your pants, mate. Nobody wants to see a Zerg engage like that. A few units at a time going in. Florencio sieges his tanks. He has taken his opponent to the Chaos Zone, and his opponent apparently is very, very confused about what to do there. Oh no. Now, look at this. Now there's like 30 Hydras coming out after the fight. You want to build your army before you fight, not after. But this is, for those who don't know, this is the classic tale of a StarCraft player who's feeling the pressure and not handling it well. I do this as well, where you're like, ah, and you like stare at your army and you take fights you shouldn't. And then you realize, oh, I've got thousands of resources. You spend your money really well, you build a new army, and you're like, and then it dawns on you like, what if I joined those two armies together and then fought? And then you just take another really bad fight, and again, you realize you got thousands of resources, and the cycle repeats. And you're just fuming when you look at the replay afterwards. You're like, I'm an idiot. And that's the pressure of StarCraft. It makes idiots of all of us. So that's why, as a community, we share that experience. It's all about shared idiocy, realizing the frailty of our own psychology as we face the Dark Sorcerer of Florencio. Flo's on 51 SCVs. He's got another command center there. He's got a few more command centers coming out. 4 factories, double armory. 10 mutas are on the way. Oh, but Flo's already into Thors. Oh, you dark genius. He didn't see the Spire, but he's thinking ahead and he's like, you know what could cause me trouble right now? Would be Mutalisks. So he's actually going to try and build 3 Thors, and the double armory tells me I think he wants to go double upgrades. Something you very rarely see. Still hasn't put back on gas properly in the main. The natural is mostly mining gas. The third not mining at all. But this base in the bottom left corner, that is the one that's carrying him through on that income. He has very few things that shoot up. He's building turrets right now. Oh, that's reactive because he saw the Mutalisks coming. So he's starting turrets all over this base. But the Thors are at the wrong base. You gotta get down here, buddy. Oh no, he's got 1 Thor over there. The mutas can take on 1 Thor if they stay magic box. Snack on. Oh, Snack's clumping up. Snack is not microing this correctly. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Luckily it's not mass muta, or they would have taken some massive volleys. SCVs try to pop out of the planetary to repair the Thor. Don't think it's in time though. These Cyclones gonna get a few more lock-ons and micro backwards. The missile turret as well. Snack, get out of there, dude. Snack's just getting baited into some weird fights. Hydra's gonna go for the planetary. Oh, but the mutas take out the tank on the high ground, which is not too bad. The other mutas flying in and dying to the Thors. You can tell Snack does not use control groups. Wait, they do? Snack uses control groups? What? Okay, but it's... Oh, well, the planetary does fall. Snack actually gets some damage. Snack's doing good. The problem is Snack is building a really Hydra muta pure composition, which is super gas intensive. Still has not started mining this gas. And that means the gases are running out. And he's going even more tech. Oh, the Hydras go for an engage there. Snack really needs to learn the art of putting it away right now. Honestly, the waistband, the most magical thing is when they figured out how to put elastic in the waistband of your pants, guys. It can be used for many purposes, keeping your pants up, but also tucking things away. And that's something that Sneck really needs to learn here. Also needs to desperately get more gases mining. Has started mining off one gas, but not the other. Why? Why not? Why are you mining off only one gas in each phase? You have 4,000 minerals. Florencio is a really scary push. If Sneck can just spend their money, they'd be able to defend this. All they need is mass Hydras. Honestly, just mass Hydras will do it. Hydra Roach would be great. It would be even better, probably. What is this? Is this 4 tanks, 2 Thors? This is such a crap push. But Florencio drops 4 mules. It takes 2 mule mining trips to open these minerals up. Oh my god, that's so silly. Oh, wait, careful, careful, careful. Don't show what you're doing, mate. Oh my god, the SCVs just showed themselves there, but I think Sneck's afraid of attacking across the bridge. Sneck! He's sneaking in your back door. Florencio just mined open the back door. He's creeping up into the main base. Oh my god, this is so silly. I don't even know if this is going to work. Oh, look at that tank spot. Look at that tank spot. That is a nasty tank spot there. Now, which way do you go to defend? Back up into the main, right? Okay, so Sneck's going to come back into the main. But no. Decides to go for the right side, which I think is worse. I think the left side's easier to get up that ramp. So Sneck's going to try to gather up. He's building Ling Infester right now, which is the worst unit comp versus this. Oh my god, Sneck, the Muters clumping up for the Thor damage. The Hellbats are doing a great job of tanking. Florencio even pulls them back. The tanks are blasting the Hydras apart. All the Hellbats are gone. The Lings are doing all right with the +2 melee, +1 carapace. So many of these units deep in the red, but the Mules and SCVs are repairing the tanks and the Thors are still there. Why are we building Infestors and why is there so little love? And it's still building Zerglings. Why would you build Zerglings instead of Roaches or Hydras, a unit that has consistent power versus mech? Oh man, I've been seeing this more and more on the ladder, even at Grandmaster. So many Zergs think Lings are always the answer to mech. And it's like, yeah, if you catch them with no Hellions, they're pretty good versus tanks, but like, once there's a big ball of mech with even a few Hellions or Hellbats in there, Zerglings suck. Oh man, and you're gonna see these Hellbats have an absolute party here. Even without Blue Flame, those couple of Hellbats flows coming in with are just blasting face. Sneck is down 10 supply, has 6,000 resources in the bank, but just doesn't have the mental fortitude to continue. Taps out with a GG. 6,000 resources. All Sneck needed to do was just rally units away, move away, and keep taking new bases. Florencio didn't have upgrades. He didn't have a follow-up. Oh, man. Even going for the base trade would have been a good move rather than coming back to defend. But Sneck, you could tell, just tunnel vision on the aggression, and at no point calmly moved into an X plan. You could tell Sneck was just like, I don't know how to deal with mech. I'm going to keep changing my composition constantly rather than just focusing on spending my money, taking more gases and bases. That's what Florencio does to people. And I do feel like, honestly, that push might not have worked, but sneaking in the back door was the ultimate surprise. Sneck was like, how did that even get there? Completely shocked and just fell apart mentally. Classic Florencio tactics. GG, well played, big dog.